Hey everybody, it's me Sam C, and it is time once again for another Sam C's Credit Tips. Sam C's Credit Tips is sponsored by Vibrant Souls Health and Wellness. You can follow Vibrant Souls on Instagram, and you can email Vibrant Souls at vibrantsouls@gmail.com. So I want to first of all take just a moment to thank each and every one of you who take time out of your busy schedules to watch Sam C's Credit Tips. It is hard to believe that we're actually at number 90 for credit tips, and I'm so happy. I'm so overwhelmed. Thank you guys so much for supporting the credit tips and supporting our whole YouTube channel. We greatly appreciate you guys, and it wouldn't be possible without you, so thank you once again. And again, if there's anything here you would like me to talk about specifically on Sam C's Credit Tips, let me know, and I will do my best to get that on for you. Okay? So, again, there's a lot of things in credit that we talked about, and actually, I just call this edition of Sam C's Credit Tips credit stuff because, to be honest with you, I really didn't have a plan as to what I was truly going to talk about, but I'll just wing it and I'll just tell you guys this. So, you know how I always tell you all that it's very important to check your credit from time to time? Well, remember a while back when I was telling you that I looked at my own credit report and I saw some things on there that didn't seem right to me? Well, that's true. So what did I do? I took the time to go through my credit report, and once I went through my credit report, I realized some things that were incorrect. I ended up disputing those things, and I'm happy to say that is now adjusted. So it made me smile because you always want to make sure that your credit report is as you want it to be. So, for example, if you can clean up your credit report in a few different ways, like if you have any old addresses on your credit report, you can remove them. If you have old phone numbers on your credit report, you can remove them. If you have a bunch of different names that you've gone by that happen to be on your credit report, you can remove those. Okay. You also want to make sure that your social security number and your date of birth, that everything just matches up the way that you want it to match up for your credit report. And I did tell you guys again, keep in mind, there are 4 credit reporting agencies. Now, again, I know that everybody talks about the big 3. There's Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. But once again, there is a 4th credit reporting agency called Innovis, and it is spelled INNOVIS. Okay, and you can go to their website, innovis.com, for more information. And Innovis operates similar to the other 3 agencies. If you needed to place a freeze on your Novus credit report, you can do that. If you wanted to place a fraud alert, you can do that. If you wanted to order a copy of your credit report, you can do that. If you needed to dispute something on your credit report, you can do that. So just like the other 3 agencies, if you see something on your credit report that just doesn't seem right, like I was explaining, that's what happened to me, then make sure that you are disputing your information and making sure your information is up to date. True story. When I was working in a different department in credit, I did see somebody asked me, what's the lowest credit score that I've ever seen? Well, the lowest credit score that I've actually seen, and I didn't think this was humanly possible, was actually 200. And I had to do this, scratch my head a little bit, because I'm like, there's no way in the world you can have that low of a credit score. Yeah, actually, I did see it before. The reason why that is because technically, this person's credit was really bad, okay, that they weren't able to get any type of loan of anything because that score is so bad. So you're probably wondering to yourself, so if I was trying to get a loan or something, what would be the lowest credit score that I can actually use to get a loan? The answer to that is 580. Okay. So if you are at 580, at least the lenders, now it may not be a top notch lender, but you do have what are called subprime lenders. And here's the thing, if your credit score is low, don't feel bad. Okay. There's no reason to feel bad about how your credit is because not everybody's credit is the same. Some people have very high numbers. Now, the highest I've ever seen is 820. Okay. Now, again, that's perfect credit right there. But I've seen so many different credit scores throughout my career, and there's nothing to be ashamed of. Heck, there's people that have never had credit in their life and they don't have a credit score. Let me repeat that. There's people that have never had a credit score. That's because they have never had any credit. That might mean that the person may have just used cash for everything and never bothered to apply for a credit card. But again, that doesn't mean that they're a bad person. It doesn't mean things are going wrong in their life. Even when your credit score is bad, it doesn't mean that you're making all these late payments and things like that. It just means that you just don't have ample enough credit for the lenders to actually consider you a good buyer or good risk. But again, you can fix all that. You can make sure that you're checking your credit report from time to time. If you see something on your credit report, once again, make sure that you are disputing your information, that you're asking questions. And if you get to a situation where you feel that you might need some extra help, go for it. You can always speak to FICO. Okay, they're the Fair Isaac company. They work with credit scores. Okay, so Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. You can speak to the credit reporting agencies too. Most of all, again, don't feel bad. Don't feel ashamed. There's nothing to feel bad or ashamed of. Credit, it's a way of life. You can change the way that you run your own credit. If your credit is low, it's not a lost cause. If you have no credit, same thing. It's not a lost cause. People will work with you. Just remember that. I hope that gives you a little bit of a pick-me-up here on Sam C's Credit Tips. And again, I can't believe that we are at episode number 90. So thank you once again for taking time out of your busy schedule to hang out with me. If this is your first time, hello, welcome aboard. I'm Sam C, and these are Sam C's Credit Tips. We do this every other Wednesday right here on our YouTube channel. Speaking of, we have some great shows right here on our YouTube channel. Every Tuesday, we have Tuesday Talks with Bobby D. And as stated, on Wednesdays, we rotate. You either see Sam C's Credit Tips or Etiquette Class with Mrs. Cubbage. On Thursdays, you have Cubbage Critiques. Every Friday, it's a new episode of Cooking Fun with Mrs. Cubbage. But never forget to join us live on Saturday morning right here on our YouTube channel for the CCI radio show with myself and Bobby D, where we have a lot of fun. We open a live chat for you guys, and we appreciate those of you who come in each and every week and chat with us because we love chatting with you guys. And when you're here, you are our CCI radio show family. So thank you for being there and supporting us in everything that we do. Okay. So again, I hope you guys have a safe, blessed, and wonderful day. And I will see you all again soon for another Sam C's Credit Tips. Until then, take care.